Bankruptcy offers a legal lifeline to individuals overwhelmed by debt, but not all bankruptcies are created equal. In the U.S., the two most common types of consumer bankruptcy are Chapter 7 and Chapter 13, each serving a distinct purpose and offering different outcomes. Chapter 7 is often called liquidation bankruptcy, where non-exempt assets are sold to pay creditors and most debts are discharged quickly. Chapter 13, known as the wage earners plan, involves reorganizing debt into a repayment plan over 3 to 5 years. Understanding the differences between Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 is essential for choosing the right path toward financial recovery. Below are the top 10 key differences between these two forms of bankruptcy that can impact everything from your assets to your credit score. 1. Eligibility requirements. One of the primary differences between Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 bankruptcy is who qualifies. Chapter 7 requires passing the means test, which assesses your income, expenses, and household size to determine if you can afford to repay your debts. If your income is below your state's median, you likely qualify. Chapter 13 is available to those with regular income who do not exceed the debt limits. As of 2024, around $2.75 million in combined secured and unsecured debt. While Chapter 13 is more flexible, it demands a steady income to support the repayment plan. 2. Debt discharge timeline. The time it takes to receive a debt discharge is another major difference. In Chapter 7, debts are typically discharged within 3 to 6 months, making it a faster route to financial relief. In contrast, Chapter 13 involves making monthly payments over 3 to 5 years, and debts are discharged only after successful completion of the plan. This makes Chapter 7 attractive for those seeking a clean slate quickly, whereas Chapter 13 is a long-term commitment requiring discipline and consistency. 3. Treatment of assets. Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 also differ in how they handle your assets. In Chapter 7, non-exempt property, such as valuable collections, extra vehicles, or real estate, may be liquidated to repay creditors. However, many filers qualify for exemptions that protect essential assets like a primary residence or car. Chapter 13 allows you to retain all your assets, as you repay creditors through a structured plan. This makes Chapter 13 preferable for those who own significant non-exempt property and want to avoid liquidation. 4. Impact on credit score and report. Both types of bankruptcy affect your credit, but for different durations. A Chapter 7 bankruptcy stays on your credit report for 10 years, while a Chapter 13 remains for 7 years. Since Chapter 13 involves repaying a portion of your debts, some creditors and lenders may view it more favorably. However, Chapter 7 can sometimes result in faster credit recovery post-discharge, as it eliminates most debts outright, allowing some filers to start rebuilding credit sooner. 5. Handling of secured debts. Secured debts, like mortgages or auto loans, are treated differently under each chapter. In Chapter 7, you may need to surrender the collateral, like your car or home, unless you reaffirm the debt or pay it off. In Chapter 13, you can catch up on overdue payments through the repayment plan, often avoiding foreclosure or repossession. This makes Chapter 13 ideal for people behind on secured debts who want to keep their property. 6. Payment structure. Chapter 7 involves no repayment plan to creditors, unless assets are sold, while Chapter 13 is built entirely around a court-approved repayment plan. Chapter 13 filers make monthly payments to a trustee, who distributes funds to creditors based on priority. These payments are determined by your disposable income. Chapter 7 provides immediate relief without long-term financial obligations, whereas Chapter 13 requires consistent payments over several years. 7. Effect on co-debtors and co-signers. If someone co-signed a debt with you, bankruptcy can affect them too. Under Chapter 7, the co-debtor remains liable unless they also file for bankruptcy. In Chapter 13, there's a co-debtor stay that may protect the co-signer, provided the repayment plan includes those debts. This distinction is crucial for those who don't want to financially burden family or friends who help them secure loans. 8. Eligibility for future bankruptcy filings. Bankruptcy rules limit how often you can file. After a Chapter 7 discharge, you must wait 8 years to file another Chapter 7, but only 4 years before filing a Chapter 13. After a Chapter 13 discharge, you must wait 6 years before filing a Chapter 7, unless you paid your unsecured creditors in full or met specific hardship conditions. These timeframes can influence which chapter you choose, especially if you've previously filed or may need protection again in the future. 9. Legal costs and fees. Chapter 7 is generally less expensive than Chapter 13, both in terms of attorney's fees and court costs. The typical filing fee for Chapter 7 is around $338, while Chapter 13 is slightly higher at $313. But attorney fees for Chapter 13 often range from $3,000 to $5,000 due to the complexity of creating and managing a repayment plan. These fees are usually paid as part of the plan itself. Chapter 7 attorney fees are usually due up front. The cost can influence decisions, especially for debtors with limited immediate funds. 10. Best use cases. Chapter 7 is best for individuals with overwhelming unsecured debt, few assets, and limited income. It offers a fast, clean break from most liabilities. Chapter 13 is suitable for those who have steady income, want to protect their assets, or need time to catch up on secured debts like a mortgage. It's also helpful for stopping foreclosure, vehicle repossession, or tax seizures. Choosing the right chapter depends on your goals, whether it's rapid relief or structured repayment. Understanding the differences between Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 bankruptcy is crucial for making an informed financial decision during the time of hardship. Chapter 7 offers a swift path to debt relief but at the cost of potential asset loss and longer credit damage. Chapter 13, while more complex and time-consuming, can help protect valuable property and demonstrate a responsible effort to repay what you owe. By carefully evaluating your income, debts, assets, and financial goals, you can determine which chapter aligns with your needs. Before filing, it's always wise to consult a bankruptcy attorney or financial advisor to explore all available options, including debt management or settlement, to ensure you're choosing the best route to long-term financial recovery.